Hello everybody, I'm Rusty. I want to welcome you to Island Breeze Tropicals. So today we're going to be asking the question, how do I choose the right Bromeliad nursery? So you know what? The sun is shining, the island breeze is blowing. It's time that you and I got growing. Come on, let's have some fun. And why don't we see how to choose the right Bromeliad nursery? So before we get going, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. It's great to have you with us. If you like what you see, do me a favor and hit that like button down there. And why don't you become a member of our Bromeliad family and become a subscriber? Thanks a lot. Now, why don't we get to today's video? So today I want to start a new segment here on the channel. And why don't we just title it, How to Buy Our Bromeliads. Now, the first thing that we have to know is, where's the best place to buy our Bromeliads? How do you choose a nursery? What do you look for? And in order to find that out, we're going to be going to my friends at Sundance Orchids and Bromeliads in Fort Myers, Florida. Now, that being said, this is a broad brush approach. If you have a favorite nursery, by all means, buy from them. I'm sure you've had a good experience already. But if you're going to a brand new nursery, I'm going to be using Sundance Orchids and Bromeliads as an example of what you need to look for so that you can buy the Bromeliad of your dreams. So why don't we go to Sundance and take a tour? Come on, let's have some fun. Okay, so this is a bit of a dramatization. This is not at a Bromeliad nursery, but take a look. If you see a Bromeliad nursery that looks something like this, you really need to get back into your car and drive away. If there are any weeds or plants that just look like they've been there forever, they probably have been. Now again, this is not a nursery, but it shows you where not to buy your plants. Let me show you what to look for. So here's what you look for in a Bromeliad nursery. Now yes, this is Sundance Orchids and Bromeliads in Fort Myers, Florida. And so I know these guys very, very well. And as you can see, this is very, very clean. So here's what you look for. You look for a clean environment. And as you can see, there's not a lot of dirt. And there are not a lot of leaves here on the floor. And that's true everywhere. So a couple leaves in the floor really isn't what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is a trashy looking floor where your Bromeliads are. And something like this, even 10 times more than that, golly guys, that happens. And when you have a large Bromeliad nursery, it happens a lot. But when you walk into a Bromeliad nursery that you have never been to before, take a look and ask yourself this question: do they care? So if your favorite Bromeliad nursery, or the Bromeliad nursery that you're scouting out for the first time, is keeping weeds down, it means two things really. It means that they really care about cleanliness, and if they want a clean environment, not only for you but for the plants, then they're going to have good plants. But the other reason is, if something goes wrong, let's say there's an infestation of something, and that can happen when you grow in cultivation, or let's say there is a problem that is abiotic. Well, your nursery will know that by looking at the floor, and if there are a lot of leaves right there, they will immediately know that they've got a problem. And they will be able to fix that problem, and if they have to, Take plants out of the sales area so they don't affect the better plants, and you won't be buying second-rate, poor quality plants. So when you see a clean bromeliad nursery, it means that in general, they're going to have clean plants, and those are the ones that you're going to be buying. And that's why cleanliness is so important in any plant nursery. Here's something else that you look for, is take a look at how they display their plants. Are the plant displays orderly? Is there adequate signage so that you know what you're purchasing? So not every bromeliad nursery can have the nicest tables in the world, but it's always nice that they do have tables so that you can see very, very closely the plant that you want to buy. And for the larger plants, also a floor area without any tables, so you don't feel like you're crowded, but you can still see your plants. Because being able to see your plants and inspect them is a really important part of your purchasing a bromeliad. And is your potential purchase going to be in a place that looks like this, where everything is in its place and you can have a really nice buying experience? But it's not just your buying experience that's going to be important. But if they care enough to keep the floors clean and to arrange the plants and keep the plants in a healthy environment, then you're going to be able to buy a healthy plant. And after all, isn't that what this is all about? Buying a healthy plant and feeling comfortable about making your choice. Now, not everybody is going to have the same kind of tables. I have to be honest with you, I do like these, but you know, not everyone who owns a nursery, especially just starting out, has the resources in order to afford these tables for holding 6-inch pots. So I do want to stress that if you have a favorite bromeliad nursery, don't judge them for the type of floor that they have. And I can tell you, if they have gravel or they have even dirt, they still will probably have really, really good plants if everything is arranged orderly. And they may not have the resources to make flooring look like this. But if they care enough about how everything is displayed, and if they care enough to make sure that the environment in which the plants are grown is clean, then my guess is that chances are they care about the plants equally. And they want to make sure that those plants are the best plants that your money can buy. Now, Sundance is a big operation, and your favorite bromeliad nursery may not be. And we're not talking about selection, but if you do have a great selection of plants, and they look as good as this, I think that you will have a great experience buying. But even if your favorite nursery is small and their selection by default is small, you're probably going to have a great experience with them because they care about their plants, and you will know that if their nursery is clean. But remember, not every bromeliad nursery is going to be this big, and they may be starting out, They may be slack on help. They may have had storms like we have had here. So there's all sorts of different reasons where something might look a little disheveled. But take a look at the overall view of your favorite Bromeliad nursery or a new one that you want to check out. And I just call it ballparking. You know, they don't have to have everything absolutely perfect, but if it looks like they're making a good effort, then I think that it probably is going to be a good choice for you to shop there. Well, that just about does it, guys, but we need to take a look at what do you look for in an individual plant so that you know, no matter where you purchase it, you are getting a healthy bromeliad. And we are going to be going into that in another video, and we are going to take a look at individual plants so that you know what to look for once you choose a nursery, what a good bromeliad is for you to take home. So anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this first installment of How Do We Buy Our Bromeliads, and I hope now you know how to choose the right bromeliad nursery. Now, we used a broad brush approach, and if you have a favorite bromeliad nursery, well, by now you know what to look for. But this will also help you if you go, let's say, on vacation and you visit a nursery. Now you'll know just right off the bat whether or not your plants are going to be healthy. So no matter where you are, I hope your sun is shining. I hope you have an island breeze blowing. I know that you and I need to keep growing and have lots of fun. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.